everybody, this is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative 0. And this is Rifts, the Face of Evil, which is, again, the first kind of adventure that was published by Rifts. We're going back and getting some nostalgia in there. We really want to thank everybody that's been following our channel, joining us on our Discord, leaving the comments. We love you guys. Thank you for doing that. If you are really enjoying what we're doing here, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, hit the bell to be notified when we're going to get our next episode out to you, and share things with other people that you know that like Rifts. Get the word out that we're doing a Rifts game, because these things are few and far between on the internet, actually. And so, yeah, let people know that we're here. Your word of mouth is probably the best form of advertising, so please share. With that, let's check in with everybody here. How's things going, guys?
I think pretty well. I'm looking forward to. I'm heading back to visit my family soon, so I'm looking forward to do that. It's almost Christmas, so
Cool. Always nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for a break.
Yeah. A little bit of a break is good.
I hear that.
Yeah. All right. When we last left, you guys had found somebody to smuggle you into Unity, which is the town on the north shore of Lake Ontario that happens to have a coalition outpost nearby. And we're going to kind of enter into this in media res as you guys are on a fishing boat. There's Portland and Sir Luke and Lex and Senate and Sly and Old Jack. About 20 minutes ago, Rasputin, who was still wearing his Samson power armor, basically jumped overboard and is traveling under the water toward the town. What you've noticed along the way are the occasional SAMS patrol flying out over the water. They don't fly too high, but they are not supposed to. They're kind of a close to the ground sort of flyer, and they're going in groups of 2. It looks like out over the lake and out over some of the woods that approach the lake from the north. And you guys are being brought in by a fisherman who is bringing a shipment to Unity. So that's where we are. But Portland, as you gaze out across the water, you can't help but think back to just before you loaded onto this boat. As you guys were kind of helping load supplies and the like. The other ley line walker met you on the pier. The line walker that was the associate of Okaro, the man that you encountered last time. And he walks up to you and he says, "So, have you found yourself a guild yet?"
No, I haven't.
Well, if you do me a favor, I can vouch for you, and you can join the guild here in Relic. It's not as, powerful as some of the guilds in Laszlo, but we have a degree of independence that the other guilds don't have. The reason why you want to join one, well, primarily to learn, to have other like-minded men of magic who have a shared purpose in uncovering and unraveling the mysteries of the lines and the nexus points and such.
That does sound pretty enticing.
It should.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you're heading to Unity.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a man there named Bragg that needs to be, he needs to be taken care of.
Okay. What has this person done?
Well, he's killed my family and friends, is what he's done. He's a human supremacist, doesn't understand magic, and so he hates it. And so he was a leader of a group of men that made a raid on the communities east of Laszlo about 5 years ago. I know he's still alive, and I know he's living in unity. And he's responsible for the deaths of people that I cared about.
Do you have any contacts you can put me in touch with that may help narrow my search?
That's all I've got, unfortunately, is I know his name. I know what he looks like. He's a heavy-set guy, and he gives you a description.
Okay.
Loud, obnoxious, mean.
Do they frequent somewhere that you know of? Perhaps a bar, a pub, or a club?
Again, I don't know him that well. All I know is that he's the one that's responsible.
Fair enough.
And that he's in Unity. Unity's not that big. So,
What do I need to bring back as proof?
well, word will definitely get out if you take care of this guy.
Should I be worried about anything about him? Like, is there any special abilities you know of?
He's a regular old run-of-the-mill human. But he's tough.
Okay.
He's got mega damage weapons. And he's got friends with the Coalition. So, you know, he's hunted down and killed other magic users. Basically a lynch mob. So, they make raids every once in a while to the west of Unity, which runs into the east side of Laszlo. So
you probably would consider him a pretty bad person.
yeah, I would. I think he's the kind of person that the world would do well without.
I have a friend that likes to dispose of bad people as well. So I'm pretty sure I can say.
Maybe he can help you.
I'm sure he will. We're friends.
Good. Good. Well, I look forward to your return. And so that's what's on your mind as you approach Unity, playing this back in your head. Anything you guys want to chat about on the boat before you arrive?
So I'm going to bring up, we should be watching the Samus patrols to see, get an idea of their patterns if they have one.
Yeah, for sure.
So, find out where these dog boy packs go, how they get back in, what gate they use, maybe. So that's what I'm going to be watching for.
We've got to watch for, and I'll say this more to Portland, we've got to watch for that Psy Stalker. I mean, I can hide my psionics. I don't know if you have the ability to hide your magics.
What do you mean that size stalker?
Well, there's a Psy Stalker leading their dog boy pack, no?
Oh, I see.
And so,
Well,
if
I
he
think,
starts...
as we said earlier, we said a diversion. If he wants magic, he knows where to smell it, or he knows where to find it. Divert, then overwhelm.
Oh, fair enough. But, again, that's assuming he's acting on our schedule. If he catches us with our pants down, that's a bit of a problem.
Well, then
So
I guess you better wear some,
I don't think that was a literal.
And
pants
again,
off thing.
I can hide what I am.
I can hide myself completely.
All right.
I really can't hide from much, to be honest.
They're pretty gigantic.
We know
Yeah.
a man
You
who
know,
wear.
you know,
We know a man
listen.
who wears boxes for shoes. We got.
I think I know how we can. I think I know how we can actually help you there, Sir Luke.
What if,
I'm almost afraid to
those-
ask.
That was
guys, what if
Thanks.
you just let the Psy Stalker come after you?
that's what
We're
I
ready
just
for
said.
him, and then we ambush him.
That's what I just said earlier.
I think that's going to be a good play. But we got to find out where this patrol goes, how they get back in.
That's it. It's all about the timing of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once we're in Unity proper, there should be soldiers off base on leave or personal time. We shouldn't have much of an issue interacting with them. You know, getting a feel for the situation, learning what we can. We might be able to figure out some information about the patrols. We might be able to figure out something about the installation specifically that we don't already have. But we've got to take it slow and we've got to be careful.
I think more careful, not too worried about the slow dude. We can be quick and just careful.
Well, I'm all for efficiency, but
Good. Let's kill them and make them efficient.
And Sly, who's sitting at the back of the boat with old Jack, speaks up, says, well, I and Ras are gonna camp outside of town. He's gonna meet there with the power armor, but a Psy Stalker roaming around in Unity, that's only gonna attract looks.
it's fair.
Same with your wizard here.
Well, he does look rather distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. The only one that really doesn't look distinctive is you.
I assume you're talking to Lex.
Yes, I'm very much talking to you, to Lex.
Well, but I mean, if they see a dog boy that's not in coalition armor,
Yeah, exactly.
how weird is that going to look? And I want to turn over to Sly and old Jack as I say that.
Old Jack says, well, Dog Boy's not always armored. If he's in town, he's in town. Just, you might not want to run into other coalition, seeing how there's only, they probably know every single Dog Boy that they brought with them, and you aren't one of them. So, as for you, Sir Luke, just because you're tall doesn't mean you don't blend in.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Just don't go throwing around the Cyber Knight Psy sword.
No, that's true. That's fair.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So, I mean, by the numbers, we land at Unity, we unload the ship, we try and look as least conspicuous as possible. We assess our surroundings. We keep an eye out for the Psy Stalker. We act accordingly if the Psy Stalker introduces himself to the equation. And then we just learn what we can from Unity before acting
Mm-hmm.
as a group.
Yes.
It's important that we don't try and lone wolf this, because that's how you get tragic consequences.
Yeah. I would rather avoid that if possible. And it is possible.
Now, what's our timeline for how long this is going to take total?
What do you mean? Says old Jack.
For unloading the boat, probably not too long.
Well, we're coming in at sundown here. It's dark. Are we wanting to be out of here by the time it's sunup? Or are we going to stay a day?
Might take a little long to figure out the patrol cycles.
It'll be a couple of days at least, I think. So it's worth getting comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is it Sly or is it Rasputin that's in armor, kind of hiding?
Rasputin's walking basically on the bottom of the lake right now to get back up, and he's going to head north of the town and kind of just set up a camp out there for him and Sly. Sly's going to unload
good.
and then keep his helmet on and head out of town.
Okay, good.
They're going to keep an eye open for the patrols and such.
Okay, well, we spend the time monitoring and determining at that point when to go in.
And I'll just quickly say to Lex, I mean, no disrespect, but you're familiar with the Coalition, and I'll look over at Sly and kind of give him the same nod. You're more familiar with their protocols and operations than we are. If you see a hole, let us know.
Well, that's the plan, says Sly. Raz and I were going to keep an eye open, hopefully be able to track down those Psy Stalkers and those dog boys. They shouldn't attack us if we run into them. There's a bit of a code of honor with our cousins that are working with the CS. But they'll probably let us be. They'll sense us coming. We'll sense them. That'll let us let you know where they are.
Well, it could be the distraction we're looking for.
Well, if you want us to create a diversion, yeah, but there's only 2 of us. And there's likely at least 6 of them. Better off that we let you know where they're at. You can make up your mind if you want to intercept.
I think it's better if we let the dog boys go on patrol and get themselves out of the immediate area. Because they should take the Psy Stalker with them, no?
If they're out on patrol, they'll be going as a pack. Psy Stalker will be with them.
No, less to deal with.
Mm-hmm. It's just keeping them
It's
away.
That and the power armor.
Mm-hmm. And as you say that, the boat draws closer to Unity, and you can see set back a bit from the shore is behind some woods, some smaller trees, but towering over them are 2 skeletal-looking robots.
I'll pull out my fancy binoculars.
Yeah, that look like that.
It helps to look at the scary up close.
Yeah, maybe I'll put them down here for now. And yeah, they're both standing kind of statuesque, looking in opposite directions, their torsos slowly swiveling. You notice the turret on the top shoulder that contains the sensory array, which is above the head of the monster, is also turning and looking around as well. These 2 stand side by side. Sorry, not side by side, but near each other. But they're both 20 feet tall and breaking the tree line of the low trees there. Old Jack says, well, that's where the bunker is.
And I'll look at old Jack and say, and you can pilot one of them? If it came to it.
If I can get inside one, I could drive one. Sly here, too.
Food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that we've never, as a group, been good at stealth. All of this is just warning lights. Like, it's not a bad plan. It's just a terrible plan for us.
I think stealth in any game is extremely difficult. Because it's like basically like on a razor's edge all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
you have
it's
one
tense.
bad roll. Yeah, you have one bad roll, and like everything you worked up to, like 80%, you're all the way there, and like one bad roll you fucked up. I find it's very unforgiving regardless, and so not that we're really bad at it. It's just that we have a group of 4 that's playing. That's 4 rolls minimum, and then how many of those damn rolls we're gonna make, right? Eventually the odds are not in our favor.
But we're a complete group of like peregrine tucks. Like we're all just looking at that armor. Like I wonder what happens if I poke that.
No, I don't actually. I disagree with you. I don't think that's what
edge.
happens. No, I don't think that's what happens. We don't go and do stupid things. It's just like we fail to roll, and then how the GM interprets it is going to be like, well, you happen to pull a peregrine, right? And knock something over. But it's not like we intentionally do that. It's just the odds are against us.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd agree with that.
And I would say then that's where
we're a group of misfits, right?
Yeah.
Like Portland, you're going to raise raise suspicions. I'm going to raise suspicions because I'm a solo dog boy working for other people. No, I should be working for the coalition. I shouldn't be unloading things on a boat that comes in at the dock. Right?
Well, I would suggest that this is a great opportunity to highlight ways of dealing with failed rolls that are non-catastrophic, right? We've talked about it before, where we've talked about kind of that fail forward sort of thing. But there's also, it's almost like if you got into a fight and the guy's already got you on the ground and he's got you down, how do you get out of it? Well, the solution to that is just don't get pinned in the first place, right? Like, is there a way to make it so that we don't have to roll? And that's the thing about this system, is that this system, and I'll be the first to admit I haven't really been playing it properly, just because I'm still switching gears. But you have a skill that gives you the base ability of that skill that you can just do, and the skill checks are for those times when there needs to be that sort of dramatic tension, or the outcome really isn't certain. So can we create circumstances rather than relying on a roll to do the stealth that we need to do, right? Can we create an environment that allows us to sneak instead of relying on my 40% prowl check, But we'll find out as the boat begins to come into dock, and you guys work to help tie it off. Are you guys wearing your helmets on your armor? I know, Licks, you can't, but
I don't think we would be at this point. I don't think we'd want to. It would be kind of, drawing attention, right? Because if you're armored up is one thing, but I would imagine putting the helmets on looks like you're gearing for a fight.
yeah, cool.
It's probably
I want to
fair.
ask old Jack if I should keep my poncho on over top of my armor, and then kind of keep my hood up.
Nah,
'Cause I'm feeling very much like if those things see me, they'll come get this lone dog boy.
well, it's up to you there, dog boy. I would say that, if anything, we'd look like a coalition patrol. Probably, trying to look inconspicuous unloading this boat if we got a Psy Stalker and a dog boy both working.
I'll keep the poncho off and just work and unload and not even look at the kind of those suits of armor scanning.
All right. Well, so as you come in, the docks are not right beneath the the outpost. The outpost is kind of set back to the west of the town a little bit, so you kind of go past it, and the docks are a little bit further on. There's a bit of space, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. Even though it's filled with woods and trees and everything like that, or farmland, there's some space between the actual settlement of Unity and the Coalition outpost, which is very nearby, but not in the town proper. So, yeah, the UAR ones may not be so. Well, they'd have to look in your direction to see you, and they may not be looking in your direction, right? So, but anyway, Portland, what do you want to do?
I'm going to have a one-on-one discussion with Sir Luke about
All right.
About Bragg and perhaps doing a little side mission to get rid of some fight evil.
Okay, so before you guys pull into the dock, then sure.
Yeah.
You guys can chat.
Sir Luke, can I speak with you, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll walk over to him.
So, do you remember that ley line walker from before? We were at in the container area.
Oh yeah. I remember him. Yeah. What about him?
He spoke with me,
Hmm?
and
Oh right, he was at the dock. I think I saw him talking to you.
that's right. And before I left, he had spoken with me, and he's gone through a bit of turmoil with him and his family. His family has been murdered, essentially, by this individual named Brad.
Holy crap! Really?
Yes, and this individual is in Unity, and he had asked me, if possible, to eliminate this person, as he's clearly like scum of the universe.
Oh, wow, that's a tough one, right? I mean, he's.
I realized we have other things we're embarking on as well, but I told him I would help him with this task. Now, I obviously am reaching out to you, and it's up to you whether you want to assist me or not. And,
Well, I
put our friendship on the line, but I also want to be upfront with you and let you know
Yeah.
that one of the reasons why he has offered this task to me is because he has connections that may help me learn more about myself and my people.
Oh, okay. So it's a big no, and this isn't an accusation or anything. It's sort of transactional. You do favor hit for him, he does one for you.
Right.
Okay. I'll share with you that. I mean, if this person is really committing evil acts, I'd be more than willing to help you take him to justice. I'd be uncomfortable with the idea of outright murder, though. And not when I say uncomfortable, I mean I couldn't murder a person, regardless of the crimes they've committed. But I'm willing to help you in the best way I can.
Fair enough. Justice will be served one way or another.
Yeah, this entire thing's kind of conflicting.
Agreed. That's why I'm approaching you right now. If you feel as though you are not comfortable with it, that is fine. I just wanted to reach out because I do know that you are particularly sensitive towards people who are of that nature.
Well,
But,
I mean,
like I said, I don't want
yeah.
to push you. I don't want to put you in a predicament because obviously I favor your friendship.
Of course. Well, I value your friendship. I mean, since we've known each other, you've been a wonderful human being. I really much appreciate that.
He also runs with apparently a gang of sorts that is also notorious for such deeds.
What do you mean?
Well, they harass, they kill, they murder.
Oh.
I mean, it's ilk.
Well, again, if this is a person who's involved in, I don't want to. Every time I say it, I sound like a Boy Scout. I don't mean to be that way, but evildoers. If this is a person committing like hurting people, I want to do what I can to help you.
Fair enough. I'm going to gather some more information where I can, and I'll come back and let you know, and then you can make a better decision. Is that fair?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for this chat. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I walk away.
All right. And yeah, so the boat pulls into dock. Portland, you kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Is there something that you want to do in that regard?
Be invisible.
Got my hat.
Sure.
Probably remove the hat. I feel like that's what you're talking about. I'll take off the sombrero fedora thing.
That's got to improve your prowl rolls by like 3 or 4% right there.
You are very much burying the lead.
Yeah. Anything else making me stick like a sore thumb?
Well, your entire leyline walker garb probably makes you stick out like a sore thumb. But
All right. Well, is there any other clothing that I may wear that is available on this boat?
well, there's like a rain poncho.
I will put on the rain poncho.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Would you consider taking off your mask?
My mask.
Yeah.
But this is my real face.
Oh. There we go.
So I got to learn about Cyberknights. Do I get to learn about leyline walkers? Like once you put on the mask, you can't take it off.
They're not Mandalorians, man.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
It's their trademark look to have the gas mask,
Right.
wrapped head, right, with the the faux horns sticking out and the dangly bits.
Listen,
Yeah.
I will take off
I'm sure that's the
I will
scientific term for the dangly bits.
dangling things. Yeah, I will take off the mask if it will help us succeed in this mission. Though I want to make it absolutely clear this definitely goes against my customs.
I'll do
I
it,
will
but
take
I'm
off
not
the
happy
mask.
about it.
Yeah, and then put on the poncho. Is there anything else? Do I have the wrong shoes?
Probably.
Well, fuck you. I'm gonna wear these shoes anyways.
All right.
Aggressive.
Mostly. Oh, hello. Yeah. So, if you guys look at page 112 in the Rift's Ultimate, you will see the traditional garb of a ley line walker. That is what they look like there. But yeah, so you remove your headdress and your gas mask. Probably you're able to cover most of your clothes with the rain poncho there. And yeah, you guys begin to, well, they dock the boat. You begin to unload, and other folk, you guys can notice quite easily that the people that are also on the docks, they see you guys working there, and their eyes are mostly falling onto Sly, right, the Psy Stalker, who is rather, sticks out as a sort of albino bald dude unloading. He sticks out that, much more. And yeah, they don't say much to you though, the other folk. They just kind of watch what you're doing there. And yeah, you guys pretty much get things unloaded by the time the sun dips below the horizon. It's November, so it's not the warmest. You can see your breath, but the lake isn't frozen over yet. So what do you do now?
Well, we're going to be staying here for a few days probably, so we should probably find a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that.
All right.
How big is Unity?
900.
Oh,
900. And yeah, it is a smaller place, but there are smaller than that, as you already know. The place, basically, you can tell just kind of how it's set up. It subsists on fishing, hunting, and some farming and logging nearby. This port is the result of basically people using logs to build it, right? And timber. It's not like a a dock that has concrete or asphalt on it or something like that. It's literally a wood dock. And yeah, there's a few colorful folk that are also tied up to the dock here. Makes you feel less conspicuous. They look rather, a little rough around the edges. Some sea dogs, pirates, whatever they happen to be. But it's not any mighty metropolis of any sort.
all right.
So,
Okay.
Well,
We'll finish the unload, and
yeah.
then I guess bid farewell to the boat.
mm-hmm.
Head
No,
into town proper.
Yeah, the driver's going to wait till morning to leave, but yeah, he'll still be in town should you change your minds or something like that, he says.
Yeah.
But yep, so there you are. You guys head down the dock and into town. There's a bit of an embankment that leads up from the lake shore into town, so it's a bit of a hike up into town proper. It's it's no cozy little trapper's cove, but it's also not a big place. There's general stores and a lot of fishing supply and bait and tackle and the like, that sort of thing. It's very frontierish. It's not very advanced. It's not like Relic. And you notice that there are horses tied to posts outside of places. The roads are dirt. They're not paved and the like. The smell of the lake and the fish is still wafting in, as is the colder breeze coming off the lake now that the sun's gone down. What are you guys looking for in particular?
I'm trying to keep an eye out for the Psy Stalkers we're not affiliated with, and the Dog Boys first and foremost. But after that, probably lodgings and lodgings first, and then maybe somewhere with a bit of a crowd, like a bar or a ale house. I don't know what they have here.
Yeah. So, So you
I come into town with us.
say that again?
Does Sly come into town with us?
Yeah, he's walking with you.
Okay, I just want to kind of stick with him as looking like he's kind of my leader with that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So you just kind of hang back behind him a little bit. Cool. All right. So looking for lodgings, there's there's a boarding house that you can find a night's rest. There's also taverns and the like that you can see they have rooms above them and such. Curtains kind of drawn across windows already, but there's still lights on in there. The sounds predominantly at this hour are coming from those public houses and taverns. You have one called the Block and Tackle, the other one, I don't know, the Angry Fist, I don't know, something like that. Just standard pub names. So, what would you like to do? Boarding house, find a room at the...
I think we'll do the rooming house first, and then we'll do the pub or wherever.
Yeah, because it'd be better to drop the MTC armor so that we fit in a little more.
Okay. Cool. All right, so you head over to the boarding house. As you walk in, it's basically, you can tell that this is a sort of farmhouse that the town has encroached upon. So it still maintains a rather large garden behind it that's now devoid of anything other than stalks and the remnants of vines and things all dried out and brown now that the harvest is over. But it's an old farmhouse, kind of out of place now without a farm as the town has kind of grown up. But the door is one of those kind of wood doors that has an old, like a wooden screen door on the front. And you guys clomp up the wood porch that's in front of it. Who's doing your talking?
Well, I guess I'll step in.
Okay, cool. You knock on the door, just open the door and walk in?
Oh no, I would do the requisite knock and then...
Okay. Yeah, Sly kind of leans up against the wall beside the door to be less seen by the person who's coming to the door. As Lex, you can hear the approach.
I'll kind of block the vision as well so that they don't see him.
Yeah. And there's a woman that comes to the door and opens it up and kind of peers out. Hello?
Hi. We were looking for lodging.
Oh, I see. How many of you are there?
Well, there'd be myself and I would quickly turn around, take a head count. So there'd be about 6 of us, I believe.
Well, we've got we've got enough beds for 6. You'll have to share some rooms, but with the fishing wrapping up for the season, we had less fishermen staying in town now and heading back out to their homesteads. So we've got some room. How long do you need to stay?
It'll be at least
Probably at least 3 days.
what are we thinking? 2, 3 days?
I think 3 days. Let's.
Yeah, we're dock workers. Our boat just moored.
Oh,
We'll be in town for just a bit before skipping off.
I see. Well, all right then. Well, come into the office here, and we'll write everything up and make an agreement. And
Yep,
she opens up the door wider, and
Yep.
it's the house is very like it's meant to be a bit of a boarding house, so it's darker wood inside with the staircase leading up, and more of a kind of a bigger dining area where you'll see that breakfast will probably be served and the meals will be served because it's room and board here. And off to the right is a smaller room that has a door that's wide open, kind of folded back against the wall, sort of wide open. And in there is a desk with some chairs, and she says, "Right over this way."
Yep, and I'll follow her lead.
All right. Sly looks over to you, Lex, and says, "Let's just hang back here for a sec."
I don't want to go in there unless she's already asleep or out.
Well, taking a look at what was at the dock, they've probably seen worse, but let's just hold on. But did you notice? He kind of looks around. All human. 100%. It's like being back in a coalition town.
That's why I'm staying close to you. If there's any questions, I just say that you're my commanding officer. You're in charge.
Yeah. If we play that card, it'll get back to the coalition pretty fast, I bet. Word will travel fast that there's more coalition in town.
That's why I was asking how long we're planning on being here. I want to get in, get the job done, and get out, and on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they do put us up here, I'm thinking of heading out tonight. Find Ras. You got a radio?
I might just come with you.
Well,
I don't want to be caught in here. I don't want to be caught in here alone.
Yeah.
It's going to be. I feel like that's going to be worse for me.
Mm-hmm. Could do that. Could also get the wizard to come with us.
I don't know how safe he's going to be.
Well, yeah, they're gonna smell the psychics once they roam through town. They're gonna smell the magic user. All right. So, Senate, Sir Luke, Portland, Old Jack, you guys head into the little office there. She pulls out some paperwork. It's all done by hand and handwritten. There is electricity. She does turn on a light, but it's it's not very modern tech. And she drafts things up and says, "Well, there you go. It's room and board is 15 credits a head per day."
That's reasonable.
I try to make it reasonable. I hope you understand. You look like you, and she kind of looks at your armor, like you do some business back in the bigger cities.
Well, again, we go where the boat goes. So.
And where the work is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that you can appreciate why we would want to take trade over credits, but we do honor universal credits here. the coalition has been kind to afford us some of the ways of logging those credit purchases.
I think trade is just fine for us.
It's what we prefer to. So how many nights did you need?
We'll start with 2, and I'll come see you if we need a third.
All right, she says. All right. We'll settle up at the end there. I just need a damage deposit.
Oh, certainly. How much is that?
Well, we'll call it even at 50.
Okay, and I'll take out 50 worth of tradable goods.
Yeah. She kind of looks at what you have to offer and selects a few pieces there and says, That'll do. We expect you to keep things clean. We expect you not to cause any damage or any fisticuffs here. If you've got to settle a dispute, take it outside. We know you're kind that, come in and out of town. Work is the only thing that binds you together, I understand. But in this house, I need you to be on your good behavior. You can join us for supper in about a half an hour. I'll be serving it. Breakfast is at 7, and lunch is at noon sharp.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
It wouldn't have to be stew, would it?
And I'm already I'm out the door. It's gone.
Well, this stew, we serve fish stew. It's rather fishy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Also dubious. Yeah, perfect. Out the door.
yeah. There you go. So she looks kind of out the window that looks into the office and onto the porch. Your other 2 friends didn't come in.
No, they didn't. Maybe they wandered off.
No,
Stepping out to the porch, I'll give everyone that's still around a bit of a nod.
All right. Sly looks over at you, and Lex, you could smell Senec coming as he approached, right? Like you can sense the psionics on him. And then there he peers around. Well, says Sly. She's letting us in?
Mm-hmm. 2 days on the books with another day if we need it.
Just let us know where the room is. We'll go straight to there.
Okay.
Yeah, Luke is asking about...
Is there a back door? Is there a window, main floor, anything like that we can get in without going through the main place?
I'll double check. I had to get out of the way. Luke was having a moral quandary with the owner.
All right. So
and then seeing
I
no
like my stew. What can I say?
no dogs or psi stalkers I'm not already familiar with, I'm going to go back inside.
all right. Cool. So she'll lead you guys to the rooms there. Yeah, they are in the upstairs. However, 2 of them open up onto the roof of the porch. Like the windows look out onto the roof of the porch. So you could slip out a window and kind of scramble across the roof of the porch and jump down. And I guess if you could climb back onto that roof, you could get into those windows if need be. But you are brought into you're brought there. She says, well, here are the rooms. And she hands 3 keys to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there... You'll have to forgive us. Every town is different. Is there anything we should know? Is there any, we'll call it, local courtesies that we should observe?
Well, we're a proud and independent town here in Unity, and we didn't get this way by being a bunch of pushovers and not being observant. So don't think that just because you're from the city that you can pull one over on us. If you're honest,
we just go where the work leads.
well, good. If you're honest, then you won't have trouble with people around here. If you're not, then you'll probably run into some problems. But I'll tell you, we don't want anybody harboring any of those godless DBs.
And I'll take a glance out the window and say it is pretty, I suppose you'd call it uniform outside.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
Is that by intent?
We're a human town. We'd like to keep it that way, she says. And kind of that old lady, kind of dignified, she says, at the end of making that statement. All right. But the coalition's brought those Siam muties into town. Mutant dogs. They say they're a help. As long as they understand their place. Only been in town. Mm-hmm. They're here at our behest to help us. We owe them nothing.
It's a major test of trials right now for Sir Luke to know.
Yeah, I'm holding it together, man.
Yeah. All right. So, she hands you the keys.
How far could you shot put an old lady? Do you think you could hit the water from here?
I could throw her very, very far.
All right. As you
just curious.
You say once her back is turned and she's heading down the stairs. I don't know.
But I wouldn't actually say that because I would not shot put an old lady. I would be conflicted by her bigotry, but also the fact that she's
all right.
old.
I'm gonna leave the moral quandary. Because there's stuff to do today.
All right. So cool. So she heads downstairs to the kitchen to start putting the finishing touches on supper.
I'll open the window and kind of indicate to Sir Luke the importance of my having opened the window, because we're not going out it. That's not what's relevant here.
Oh, I could understand the hint.
And then I'm going to drop my stuff, and I think I'm going to ditch my armor because we're in town, right?
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, so...
appearances and all that. Oh, I have nice clothes, but that would be way too suspicious. Can't do that. I wouldn't have brought them. Never mind.
All right. Sly looks over to Lex. Well, let's head inside.
I'm following you.
They head upstairs into one of the rooms there, giving you guys a nod. And, yeah, everybody's in. It's getting late. So, that's where you are. All right.
I might grab dinner with the kindly old racist.
All right. You guys can head down and have that. Old Jack's been rather quiet.
So I'll talk to
I
Jack.
want to ask.
I was going to talk to Jack. So what are you thinking?
He kind of is just sitting on one of the beds looking out the window. There's some people out in the streets now that are kind of just moving between buildings. They're shuffling along pretty quickly because it's getting pretty chilly outside. And he looks over at you and he says, I understand why they are the way they are.
Oh?
Well, look at it. You can't tell me that you don't feel a little bit like this might be a home. Your own
look out and
kind.
go.
Sorry, who's he saying this to?
Sir Luke.
To me. So
Oh.
we're chatting. Yes, we're kind of in the room together. I'll look outside and go, maybe. I don't know if I see it.
Well, I mean, it seems familiar. That's all. Like, I ain't got no qualms with Sly or Raz or any of those freaks that we brought around. That was my family. But I can appreciate how the world's a scary place, and
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
your
it's a scary
own.
place, but it's you don't make it less scary by shunning people that are different.
Well, no. All I'm saying is I understand where it comes from, and I
Hmm,
understand wanting to be with your own kind.
own kind.
No, you're not looking for your own kind, Sir Luke?
My own kind is complicated.
Yeah, same here.
Hmm.
That's why I've stuck to the road. But here we are now. Might as well tuck into a good meal.
Yeah, I understand it's fish too.
Yeah. Portland, Senate, anything you guys want to do?
I want to inquire if anyone maybe perhaps wanting to listen if there's like something going on, but whereabouts of this Bragg character.
Okay, who are you going to talk to?
Like, I don't know. Let's see. Probably the person behind the bar. Right?
So you want to leave the house and head out to a
Mm,
bar, or
yeah, I think so.
okay? So
I'm gonna
you've
I'm gonna change my I'm gonna change out of my garb
okay,
and on some other clothes so that I'm not as conspicuous. I don't has me take out the poncho.
yeah. So you kind of wear some usual street clothing.
Yeah.
Makes you feel, I don't know, like this whole idea of pants is just problematic. I don't know. That said, awfully supporting, you know. So
Mm.
you put on some standard clothing and you head out, not joining your friends there, and you can see that it's rather chilly outside. You can make your way down the road a little ways. There's a bit of a, I don't know. It's there's music and there's some laughter and the like. And you walk in, you open up the kind of heavy wood door, and inside it smells like, well, it smells like body odor, wet socks, and wet, like the people that are here have been working out in the lake, right? And this is where they've come at the end of the day, and it's predominantly men. They're predominantly human, but you've got your barmaids and the occasional, there's that woman that's always at the bar, right? Her, and she's there. Bar keeps behind the bar, and it's a standard kind of pub. Some guy with a squeeze box is sitting on a stool over in one corner, making making some music and singing a shanty of some sort as you make your way in.
Okay, I'm gonna go right to the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take no, I'm gonna go right to the bar, the actual bar, and have a seat.
All right, you pull up a stool, and the barkeep walks over to you. What'll it be? Ale, or are you
Yes,
whiskey?
please. More of an ale.
All right, and he picks up a big glass mug and pulls back on a tap, and a large frothy mug is slapped down in front of you there. That's,
Can I start a tab, please?
yeah, for sure. What's your name?
Sorry, one sec. Got some caught my throat.
I was like, he
Sorry.
forgot his name.
My apologies.
Oh no, it's okay.
No. I'm no. My name's Portland.
All right, Portland. Each one of these is 3 credits.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good. Here. And he basically puts a bowl there, and he rummages around under the bar and pulls out a handful of peanuts, still shells on, and tosses them in there. Compliments.
Thank you. I'm gonna crack a couple and kind of look around and see. Like, what do I see?
Well, not much has changed since you came in. It's a lot of
Okay, fair enough.
the same. Yeah, there's some guys are throwing darts. So there's guys playing some cards, right? They're drinking, they're laughing, they're being raucous, kind of shove each other when somebody pisses them off a little bit, but not too much, right? Just kind of watch yourself, right? Hey, watch it over here. Bar wenches navigating between tables, that sort of thing.
Is there anyone seated next to me?
A couple seats over. There's the old guy that's always sitting at the bar. He's got about 3 days growth, missing some teeth, right? He almost looks like he should have a pipe sticking out of his mouth and a can of spinach. That kind of guy. He's got a big mug in front of him as well, and he's just kind of looking at kind of his hand, kind of flexing it. He's wearing gloves that have the fingers cut out, right? You can tell his hands are yellowed from tobacco, right?
I'm going to take a notice of him kind of gripping his hand ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to comment as to, did you hurt yourself?
He looks over at you. No, just got old. That's all. Arthritis is acting up with the weather change.
Oh, is it, are we in for some bad weather then, you assume?
Yeah, it's called winter. He laughs. He picks up his mug and takes a draw off of it, sets it down, rummages around in his plaid shirt pocket and pulls out a small cardboard box and taps out a pre-rolled cigarette, right? It's definitely a home-rolled one, but he rolled a bunch of them up, and he offers one to you. Smoke?
I'll take one.
All right. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah, reaches forward in a bowl and pulls out a matchstick and lights it off his heel, and he holds it up to you.
Yeah, I take it from him. Thanks, sir. My name is Portland.
Portland. Sounds like a rather descriptive name for the town. Portland.
Yeah, there we go. Like I'm meant to be here.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm Clive, he says.
Nice to meet you, Clive.
Yeah.
I take it you're a native of the area?
I was born here, he says.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have things changed much? I haven't actually, this is my first time here.
Well, the town's grown. Got the coalition now. Keep it safer. Keep it safer. Still.
How do you feel about the coalition? What's your thoughts besides the safety?
Well, they know what they're doing. You don't.
Are they treating you all right? They treating this town all right, though?
Yeah, for sure they are. Why wouldn't they?
Don't know. Don't actually haven't come across many coalition people in my travels. I'm kind of a wanderer.
Where you wandering to?
Right now, right here. I'm just kind of moving from place to place. Got on a boat and just kind of came down. I had to see what all the brouhaha was about, you know?
Yeah, and you say that, and the door slams open, and a raucous, boisterous laugh and says, "What are you scallywags all doing in here drinking like fish?" And there's basically a big roar of people, right? Somebody definitely shouts out, "Norm," but
Norm.
yeah, but a massive
I don't know the name. Jeez.
No, a massive man though, big, and big hands. Looks like he's calloused and the like, and he's got two friends behind with him, and he heads in over the bar, saying hello to people and everything like that, and right, hey, how you doing? Shaking people's hands and stuff, and he makes his way up to the bar, slams his hand down on the bar beside you, and he says, "I need 3 ales right now. My men are thirsty."
Is he between myself and
No,
Clive?
no, Clive's to your left. This guy's right to your right, but he's like when he gets in there, he pushes you a little bit to make room. He's big, he probably doesn't even realize that he's done it. That's how big he is, right?
Fair enough. I'm not gonna make eye contact with him. I'm gonna keep my focus on Clive at the moment.
Okay. And the barkeep basically pours two mugs at a time, right? And he slaps him down. There you go. 3, right? And all right. And he picks it up basically and just chugs it back. And he just opens up the throat basically, and in goes a mug and slams it down. Another one, right? And they laugh, right? That kind of laughing because they're big and drinking, and for no other reason than to laugh because they're big and drinking. That sort of laugh. And the old man kind of looks over at the 3 and then looks back at you. Sorry. You were saying where you were wandering to.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit of a free spirit. I'm just wanting to learn more about the world around me, essentially. And so that's kind of my way in life. How about yourself? I know you've been here you're born and raised here, but you done much traveling?
Are you crazy? You know what's out there? Damn,
Well, I've
now
seen
gonna
my fair
get
share.
yourself killed. Stay where it's safe, boy. Go fishing. Bring in enough to feed you and your family. Drink, get some sleep, and repeat. That's all life's about. You don't need some adventures out there. You're gonna run into some sort of hellish monster from the rift's gonna eat you whole. Throw your life away. No. Unity's safer now. Why would you want to go anywhere?
Well, just to see what else is out there. I understand that, everyone has their apprehensions about the rest of the world, but I think the world is something that needs to be explored. Just learning about new people, new ways of life, and what else is out there. I know obviously there's a lot of bad out there, but it's not all bad. There are great people, nice people, in different towns and cities that you come and meet, and they enter your life and you enter theirs, and sometimes it's for the better and sometimes it's for the worse. But you kind of have to, for myself personally, just kind of roll with it. Like ourselves right now, we would never have met if I had not gotten that boat. I'm enjoying our conversation, aren't you?
Yeah, but I think you don't know anything about the world. Right?
Oh, why is that?
You go west of here, you're gonna run into that godforsaken Laszlo city. Full of DB lovers and magic users.
Hmm.
They say that one of their leaders is a dragon.
Who says that?
They do. Them. Those guys.
Oh,
Plato, they call him. I don't know.
That giant gentleman there's named Plato?
What? He says, no, this is Bragg. And the big guy looks over, says, well, Clive, I didn't see you over there. Behind this, who are you?
And I stick out my hand with my mug full of ale. I'm like, name's Portland. Nice to meet you. I kind of go for a cheers.
And he clinks his glass to yours, kind of moving yours to the point, you get the slosh going on. And he says,
I'm going to try my best to just pound this thing back, like immediately, the whole thing, like he just did.
all right, look, down it goes. And,
Yep.
he takes
I'm
a...
gonna slam, after I'm done, I slam it down, like, damn, that's good. I'm like, I need another one. And one for him, too.
All right. And the bartender pours 2. Bragg says, Portland. You saying you wanted to go to Laszlo? Is that what I heard, Clive? Well, he says he wants to go meet new things and see new people, or I don't know what it is. He's talking crazy. Damn DB lovers over there.
I'll be like, yeah, fuck those DBs. Am I right? And I put my mug up for another clink there.
And Bragg kind of gives you a clink. He says, you never been out that way, huh?
No, why?
You don't know what's out there.
I haven't been to Laszlo, as I clearly just said.
That's where they're
What's out
collecting.
there?
Terrible.
Sorry, collecting what?
Collecting the boys. We've gone that way a few times. Make sure they're not setting up new settlements. They,
Oh, you mean are they encroaching on some territory?
yeah. They don't need to come any further east. You don't
Well,
know
got
what
the
kind of...
coalition here to protect you guys.
Now,
You
thank
probably
God.
don't know what to worry
Thank
about.
God we got the coalition here, right, boys? Yeah! And they kind of, yeah, now we do. Now. Before that, we had to defend ourselves. Had to crack a lot of skulls to keep those damn DBs away. Isn't that right, boys? Yep, that's right. You know? And, it's like, so you don't want to go. You don't want to go Portland to wherever you were thinking of going. Here, New Hope, we're good places. Lots here. We're growing. We're safe now. You
New
don't
Hope,
want
you
to.
say? Is that like this area as well? Also
Yeah,
protected by the
just
coalition?
down shore.
Okay. I haven't been there before, so that may be the next place I go.
Where are you
Thanks for
from?
the tip. And I explain the village that I just come from.
So you tell them that you came from Trapper's Cove, or
Like, is that south?
no? Well, it's kind of west. It's south of
Yeah.
Laszlo. Like it's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd tell them like it's south of Laszlo somewhere. I just
The other side of Laszlo. All I know is the relic on the other side of the lake. Down west, full of DBs too. Can't escape them. But
they're everywhere.
we've kept it safe till the coalition got here.
Mm-hmm.
We kept it safe. Well, let's have another, he says. Enough of this talk about these DBs. And
Let's enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, you begin to drink yourself away there, and we're gonna call it an end to this episode here, as we kind of pan out on the tavern. I want to just thank those of you that tuned in with us here today, and yeah, we're just happy to have you. If you like what you heard, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you have any comments, throw them there, or better yet, join us on our Discord. We'd love to interact with you there. You can find the link down below the videos, along with links to the Rifts rule books and the like on Drive-Thru RPG, and some tools if you want to start running your own game. Until next time, though, I'm Magnum Pi, and I'm here with Teku, Vahilo, Dark Templar, and Golgotha, and we are Initiative Zero.